Hello again, everyone. Um, it's Sunday afternoon here, and Cardinal Burke has made a statement, so I want to read some of that to you. Um, Cardinal Burke backs Archbishop Viganò's statement exposing Pope Francis. Now, this is an analysis by Church Militant on another article. It says Cardinal Raymond Burke, former head of the Vatican's highest court, is calling for an investigation into former papal nuncio Archbishop Carlo Maria Vergano's allegations that Pope Francis covered up for Cardinal Theodore McCarrick's serial sexual predation. The declarations made by a prelate of the authority of Archbishop Carlo Maria Vergano must be totally taken to heart by those responsible in the church, Cardinal Burke told LifeSite News Sunday. Each declaration must be subject to investigation according to the church's time-tried procedural law. After the truth of each declaration has been established, Burke continued, then the appropriate sanctions must be applied both for the healing of the horrible wounds inflicted upon the church and her members and for the reparation of the grave scandal caused. The corruption and filth which have entered into the life of the church must be purified at their roots. Such purification can only take place with the full and uncompromised respect for the truth. Well, if things are going to take their normal course of action, obviously this would really take a long time. Even though the Archbishop Vergano's statement, um, there's paperwork to back this up. I said something about that in another video that's stored in Washington, and I believe the other place is in Rome or in the Vatican. And, but I think even paperwork, like it might have been delivered, but I never saw it. I mean, lying can still be a problem with this sort of thing. I mean, unless the person, unless, let's say, Cardinal Wuerl actually signed the document and that's what they have, but it doesn't seem like that. So, regardless, these are, we have to keep in mind these are allegations and, they're very serious, obviously. And so we'll have to see where this goes. The only other things I can think of what would happen is if Pope Francis really feels like his back's up against the wall, this could be the time, where he just wants to stop this right where it's at, and he'll do something like cut his losses. In other words, about 5 or 6 years ago, one of the messages from Maria Divine Mercy, which you may believe or not, but that's beside the point, um, said that there would be a point in time when the Pope would require an oath of allegiance. In other words, he's going to tell every priest, cardinal, and bishop that they have to either sign this or they're going to be excommunicated. And it's an allegiance to him and to, um, following him and his reforms. And those who don't sign it will be excommunicated. Um, Now, I think the same message, or perhaps another one, says that I remember it very clearly. It said that a little more than half of the priests would sign it, and a little less than half the priests would not sign it. And so the ones that don't sign it, they're going to have to leave the rectory. They'll have to be put up by other people. just laity, and there'll be like sort of an underground mass in maybe rented halls or in people's homes, things like this. Um, so whether something like that could happen, that'd be one possible thing that could happen. What else could happen? I really don't want to take any time to even think about it, really, or even if I thought of, I mean, that's the one thing that sort of jumped out at me. Um, I mean, they could just ride this out for a very long time. But, the damage done to the church is just really extreme. And, it just seems like if a bishop's or cardinal's name isn't attached to this directly, at least they are indirectly. Because it's really hard to imagine that just about everybody didn't know something about this for all the years that it went on. So to have any faith in our leadership anymore is, I think, for me personally, it's pretty much zero. So, I mean, something like this has never happened before. So this is all uncharted territory. So we'll just have to see, and we need to try to be calm, which is a little hard for me to do because I look at this stuff all day long. It's hard for me to not to get excited. It's really something else. All right, well, I think I'm gonna just, that's about all I'm gonna say about this. So I'm still waiting to see something about what the Pope said on the plane back to Rome. So I haven't seen anything yet, but if something comes up, I'll bring that to you. All right, take it easy. Bye.